Okay, so this is the rules for today's lesson. Turn on your camera during the lesson and raise your hand when you have a question or you want to answer. Let's start with some keywords. Average, average speed is the total distance traveled divided by the total time taken to travel that distance. Compound measures is a measure combining two or more measures. Hectare is a unit used to measure large areas. Prism a solid 3D object that has the same cross-section along its length. And cross-section is the face formed by slicing through a solid shape. To fully understand those keywords, let's start with 1. Length, mass, capacity, and time. So let's have a short video. Let's have some example about working with percentage. So when we're working with percentages, we will multiply the number by the percentage, then divide with 100. Example, 76% of 60 grams, so we will take 60 divided by 100, and then multiply by 76, we will have 45.6 grams. Let's have another example. I'll give you 2 minutes to think, and then if you know the answer, please raise your hand. Okay, it seems like no one wants to answer, so I'll give you the answer. So to find the total mass of the logs, we need to find the mass of one bag, which is equal 10 kilograms, and then the total mass of the logs is 1.5 tons. The usual price is $3.40 per bag, and he buys 100 bags, so the usual price will be $510. And when we get 15% off, we will have the price is $433.5. B, average speed. I think we all know this, so let's have an example. I'll give you 1 minute to think, and then I will call someone to answer. Um, Dan, do you know the answer?
Yes, I do.
Okay, what's your answer?
Um, the cheetah's average speed in miles per hour, I think it is about 0.02.
Okay, let's see the answer. Okay, the speed, the average speed of the cheetah is 0.016 miles per second. And when we convert to miles per hour, it will equal 60 miles per hour. Let's have another example. I'll give you 3 minutes to answer. Hmm. Hui Dang, do you know the answer?
I still haven't calculated it yet.
Okay, so this is the answer for this example. The average speed of the fastest human in water is 2.29 meters per second, and the average speed of humboldt squid is 6.67 meters per second. So the humboldt squid is faster than the human. So if a person go from A to B in X miles per hour and go back from B to A with Y miles per hour, we'll have the average speed is 2xy over x plus y. Let's have another example. If you have the answer, please raise your hand. Ling Chi, do you know the answer?
Nope.
Hmm. Okay. Then I'll give you the answer. Because it need 10 hours to walk to that place and then come back. So he will take 5 hours to go to that place. And he will gain 2 hours if he riding. So he will need 4 hours if he ride to that place. So if he goes by walking and comes back by riding, the time taken is 9 hours. So the average speed is 2 miles per hour. Let's have let's go to the next section. Area, perimeter, and volume. This is the formula that you need to remember to calculating area of different shapes.
Hello and welcome to this video on converting between units of area and volume. Now let's suppose that you had 1 meter squared and you wanted to convert it to centimeters squared. Now you might think, well, 1 meter is 100 centimeters, therefore I'm going to guess that 1 meter squared is 100 centimeters squared. But that would not be correct. What we need to do is we need to consider a 1 meter by 1 meter square. So if I asked you, well, what's the area of that? You would say, well, 1 times 1 is 1. So the area is equal to 1 meter squared. But let's say that we converted these meters into centimeters. Then I'd have the same square, but now the sides would be 100 centimeters by 100 centimeters. Now if I found the area again, well, I would do 100 times 100, length times height, and 100 times 100 is 10,000, so it would be 10,000 centimeters squared. So we can see therefore, because these two squares have the same area, 1 meter squared is the same as 10,000 centimeters squared. So it seems that we don't times by 100 to get from meter squared to centimeter squared. We actually times by 100 squared. So 1 times 100 squared would give you 10,000 centimeters squared. And it would be exactly the same if we were going from 1 meter cubed to centimeters cubed. We would multiply by 100 cubed instead of 100 squared. So let's use that to answer these questions here. We want to convert 3 meters squared to centimeters squared. What we times by to get from meters to centimeters, we times by 100. So therefore we're going to times 3 by 100 squared, and that would be 30,000 centimeters squared. What about the second one? We've got 5.2 centimeters squared, and we want to convert it to millimeters squared. Again, we contemplate the same question. What would we do to convert from centimeters to millimeters? Well, there's 10 millimeters in a centimeter, so we'd multiply by 10, wouldn't we? But because it's centimeters squared to millimeters squared, we times by 10 squared. So we do 5.2 times 10 squared. So that's 5.2 times 100, and that is 520 millimeters squared. What about the third one? We've now got 4 meters cubed to centimeters cubed. We just ask ourselves the same question. To get from meters to centimeters, we times by 100. So to get from meters cubed to centimeters cubed, we times by 100 cubed. So it's 4 times by 100 cubed, and I've got to get the right number of zeros here. So it's 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because I'm timesing by 100 3 times. So it's that centimeters cubed. Let's put commas in the appropriate places. So we've got a comma there and a comma there. So it's 4 million centimeters cubed. What about the next one? Question 4. We've got 0.7 centimeters cubed to millimeters cubed. Well, to get from centimeters to millimeters, we times by 10. So to get from centimeters cubed to millimeters cubed, we times by 10 cubed. That's going to move the decimal place 3 times. So 1, 2, 3, 700 millimeters cubed. Question 5. We want 72.3 kilometers squared to meters squared. Well, to get from kilometers to meters, we times by 1,000. There's 1,000 meters in a kilometer. So therefore, we times by 1,000 squared, which is the same as timesing by a million. So it's going to be 72.3 million. So 72,300,000 meters squared. What about
Solving circle problems. This is the formula for area and circumference of the circle. So let's have an example. To work out the area of the ring, we'll need to find the radius. So as you can see, the circumference is equal pi multiplied by diameter. So the radius will be 2.825. And so the area of the ring is about 25.07. And to work out the area of this compound shape, first we need to find this half of the circle, which is equal 56.55 centimeters squared. And the area of the shape 2, which is the area of a triangle, is equal 48 centimeters squared. And so the total area, the area of the compound shape is equal 104.55 centimeters squared. Calculating with prism and cylinders. To find the volume of the prism, we will take the area of cross-section multiplied by length. So this is the cross-section for each shape. Okay, can someone explain this example for me, please? Raise your hand. Tamang, please.
So we'll have to find the area of the cross-section and multiply with the length. First, the area of the triangle is half the base times the height, which is 8 times 9 times a half and equals 36. So we multiply with the length to find the volume of the prism.
Okay, thanks. Next example. Nước kiên.
Yes.
Can you explain the next example for me, please?
Area of a triangle. Half times base times height equals half times 8 times 9 equals 36 centimeters squared. Area of cross-section times length equals 36 times 6 equals 216
I mean the next example, the below. A
Ah,
cylinder has volume.
a cylinder has volume 552.2 centimeters cubed. The radius of the circular end is 5.2 centimeters. What is the height of the cylinder? Give your answer in centimeters.
So to find the volume of the cylinder, we'll take the pi no, the volume of the cylinder is 552.2 centimeters cubed. So the height is equal 552.2 over pi multiplied by 5.2 squared and equals 6.5 centimeter. I'll give you 3 minutes to find the volume of this prism. Thảo, do you know the answer?
The answer is 2200 centimeter cube.
Okay, let's see if your answer is correct. Okay, so the volume for this strip is 2200 centimeters squared.
Wait, hey, I think you made a mistake in the centimeter one.
I
It was
I
supposed
think so
to be,
too.
yeah, it was supposed to be cube, not square.
Yeah. It was centimeter cube. Okay. Um, Nguyễn Phương Liên, can you um, explain this example for me?
Okay, so you have to work out the volume in the surface area of the cylinder. So we have the given formula is the volume. Is the volume of a cylinder is pi radius squared times height, and you got 226.2 centimeter cube, and then you calculate the area of the like the cross section, the circle. You have 28.27 centimeters squared. And wait, what is the C? What does the C mean? Can you tell me?
The circumference, I think.
Oh, so the circumference is 2 times pi times radius, and we have 18.85 centimeter. And then we calculate the area of the rectangle, which means it's like the length, I guess. No, it's not length.
Yes.
Yes, it's the area of the rectangle, basically 18.85 multiplied by 8. You got 150.8 centimeters squared, and you add the two results that you found together, but you have to multiply the area of the circle. You have to times the circle area by 2, and then you got the overall answer is 207.3 centimeter squared.
Report we can get this and planning for the future is now and the back on the ship that what you get. You love you can be a new man. New man, new man. You can be a new man.
How can you mute your mic, please?